Boys, girls, all my trombolics out there, welcome back to Other Robert. I'm Joe. This is Gotham, Season 3, Episode 1, the season premiere, and this is the first time that this show is being tackled on Other Robert. And as always, this is a discussion. I'm just going to say my piece, you guys say your piece in the comments down below, and we'll talk about it. So the Season 3 premiere kind of threw a lot at us in terms of characters, but not in terms of story. I saw this episode and still really don't know where they're going in a bad way. It's not that I'm curious per se. It's not that they really piqued my interest in seeing where it was going. It was a pretty lackluster season premiere in my opinion, and this is coming from someone who really, really enjoys Gotham. I think some of the highlights of the episode, Gordon not being a cop, I love the role he's playing now. He's sort of like Batman. He's kind of that bounty hunter type character, and I think it's cool. I think it works, especially for this type of show, because a role model like this, I could see Bruce Wayne becoming Batman even more. You know, it gives Bruce Wayne someone to kind of look at in that sense, and he always kind of looked up to Jim Gordon, so seeing him in this sense, I see it going hand in hand with becoming Batman. So I really like the role they're doing with Gordon as this bounty hunter type character. I don't think it'll last long, but so far from what we've seen, I liked this role for him. Barnes was back. He was exactly how Barnes is. Barbara, I thought was a highlight of the episode. She's always great whenever she's in. I love Barbara. She's still kind of playing that maniacal type character, can turn on a dime type character. So this really kind of just reintroduced all the characters that we know, as well as some new ones. We have Valerie Vale, played by Jamie Chung, who this channel, especially Once Upon a Time, you will know as Mulan from Once Upon a Time. She's now Valerie Vale, who seems like an interesting character. One of the interesting additions to this season, I think. I want to see more with her. And Penguin was great. We got to see a little bit of Riddler. Now, Season 1, I thought Penguin stole the show. Season 2, I thought Riddler stole the show. So, yeah, although we probably won't focus as much on Riddler as we have in the past, I think he has the potential to be the best actor on the show, because I felt that he was in Season 2 for a little bit. So, keeping him around, I still feel that he can be a huge part and a really, really entertaining part. So I like that they're still keeping him around. I want to see a lot more from him just because of how much I enjoyed him in Season 2. Same goes for Penguin, but I'm also at the same time curious to see who will really just steal the show in Season 3 as a villain. We have Fish Mooney right now, and I think this was the biggest weakness in terms of a character for me. Fish Mooney is one of the most flat wooden characters for me that we've seen on the show. The fact that she has the ability now isn't doing much for me. It's still Fish Mooney. It's still her kind of in charge of a group of, I was going to say people, but at this point, you know, we saw a Bat type character. That's what I was thinking too, is that's not Man-Bat. That's not Dr. Langstrom, so I guess that's a proto-Man-Bat, just like how we kind of had a proto-Killer Croc. It's getting a little weird with all these protos. Joker, I think it worked well because it kind of introduces that maniacal kind of Joker-esque mentality to Gotham, and I see someone following in that footsteps. However, when you have a proto-Killer Croc, a proto-Man-Bat, if that's what it is, I'm just kind of speculating with what we saw. That guy kind of spread bat wings. I don't know. I think they're kind of going too much with the proto stuff. If you're going to introduce character, introduce the actual character. It seems that we are going to be getting the Mad Hatter this season, and that good. It's the Mad Hatter. It's not a prototype Mad Hatter, at least I think. But that's the way to do it. I think I could be wrong. That could have been Man-Bat, but I don't think that will be Man-Bat. Especially, it doesn't really work with what we've known from Man-Bat. We saw some more of the creatures in Fish Mooney's gang, and it's going to be interesting to see that. I know a lot of people were kind of expecting to see Jerome back, and I was hoping to see Jerome back, and we did not yet. So that's something I'm still kind of looking for in the season to see if he does come back, because he was an interesting part of the show. But as you can see, I'm just kind of going off characters here, because in terms of story, they didn't give us much. The police force was kind of buried a little bit here, in the Gotham police force. In terms of now all these creatures are out, and how are they going to deal with this? And it makes sense in the long run because Batman comes, right? Down the road. So to have all these creatures and to see Gotham struggling to maintain order where all these characters are kind of taking over, it makes sense from a Gotham standpoint. So I'm interested to see how the story goes. And especially we have the Court of Owls stuff, which seems like it could be interesting. Although the Azrael, Theo Galavan stuff last season kind of went on longer than it should have. This feels like it could potentially go down that path. But right now, it seems fun, seems interesting. So I guess it kind of is an interesting-esque cliffhanger with Talon, I believe his name is, taking Bruce Wayne. So, like I said, not too much going on right now in terms of story, really just setting the groundwork in terms of the characters right now. So, besides what I've talked about, there really isn't much else I can talk about. I want to know what you guys thought of the season premiere of Gotham. I'm not hating on it. I loved it. I'm loving that Gotham's back. I'm so happy that Gotham's back. However, I really want more of a story kind of introduced here. I know we'll get it, but in this episode it just seemed like not enough. But then too many characters, because you're still keeping around a lot of the old characters and you're bringing in new ones, and it's getting a little muddled. So that's it for me. Let me know what you guys thought of the season premiere of Gotham. Let me know down below. Like I said, this is a discussion. Let's talk about this. And I'll see you next week with Gotham Season 3, Episode 2. Until next time, subscribe. It takes around that much effort to do so. And you have been traumatized.